Moving on to the red shirts for Tiger. I'm glad he said that. That you're probably all wondering why we were both wearing red today. I texted Pat earlier today and said, the topic was this weekend how all on Sunday all the golfers were wearing the red for Tiger. And I said, hey, we should probably wear some red for Tiger on the show since that's going to be the topic that we're going to talk about. But it was great to see all those golfers wearing red on Sunday.
Yeah, it was very cool. I mean, we talked about this last week after his accident. I'm not his biggest fan off the course. I still have some trepidations on calling him a good guy or anything like that. But it does seem like he has matured. It seems like what happened to him with his wife and, with his previous car accident and with some of the stuff that happened to him has changed him a little bit. We talked about it last week, how one of the golf reporters said Tiger used to want to make the other golfer that he was playing with uncomfortable, during tournaments to use that as an advantage. Now he wants to make the player with him be comfortable because that's better for him because he wants to engage with players, engage with fans, and be more of social and be more pleasant to be around, really. So I think he has changed a little bit. And I think these younger guys, I've probably seen that change. A lot of these guys have played with him in majors and tournaments, and maybe seen him, after tournaments and at dinners and all that kind of stuff. And just the fact that some of these guys, when Kobe Bryant passed away, everybody was talking about how a certain generation that was their Michael Jordan. Kobe was their Michael Jordan. Well, Tiger Woods is the young guys in the PGA Tour. Tiger Woods is their Michael Jordan. Tiger Woods is the guy that. We talked about Jordan's silhouette being on all the Jordan brand stuff. Tiger Woods, same thing. Tiger Woods changed golf. He changed golf equipment. He changed the way that the courses are designed. He changed the way that guys train for golf. He changed the way that these younger guys, developed as golfers themselves. So I think that's why you're seeing all those guys wear red. And it was cool. It was a very cool thing to see.
Yeah, I mean, you had Rory McIlroy, Justin Thomas, Tony Finau, just to name a few that were wearing red, and it was great to see. It was great to see the support for another player and another golfer, but great to see, the support for probably the greatest golfer of all time. And, he might not have the majors and he might not get to the most majors of all time, but I think it's you can't argue that this guy, like you said, changed the game, changed the way it was watched. All these golfers can thank him for the money that they're bringing in weekly. He was the one who actually drove up all the money and drove all the interest to golf. So now even the guy that finishes in like 50th place in the tournament is making like $1 million. So it's like the golfers should be supporting this guy. He's the reason they're really getting paid fat checks every tournament. And he's, like I said, he's the greatest golfer of all time, in my opinion. His swing is just so iconic. Like you said, I mean, they could definitely put him on the PGA logo and nobody would argue with that, like you said. So I just think it's one of those things where that's why you're seeing so much support for this guy. LA County Sheriff came out today saying that they got the black box information from the engine and that they're going to, look at that information and they'll come out with an investigation after that. But, more than likely it was caused by speeding or driver error, we'll say at this point. But the greatest news is, Tiger's on the mend now. We're all looking for him to get out of the hospital over the next week or so. And hopefully, that leg is really coming together. Golf is obviously secondary at this point. So hopefully the guy can come back. I mean, and I think we're saying it's secondary at this point because he's a dad right now, first off, and a family man. And he said that many a times over these last few years. And that's his number one thing. And I'm pretty sure that he's looking forward to getting back to being that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think, that's what everybody's concerned about right now. As fans, we want him to be back. I think he's coming back. It's going to take a long time. I think he will come back. He wants to play in the senior tour, when he's in his 50s. So, and he's going to want to rip up the senior tour as soon as he gets there. And he's probably going to. So, I think it was just cool to see all those guys in those red shirts.